What's going on, everybody? Brett here, and I'm back today playing some more Battle Brothers on the Warriors of the North DLC. Picking up where we left off last time, making it personal. The Stone of the Ancients, a plethora of chosen, a battle that is 100% not worth it whatsoever. We're going to try and do it. I'm taking it as a challenge. Isaac and Svarog are going to remain tucked in this battle, and we're just going to try and protect our flanks. I've talked to a lot of people in the comment section about their strategies, and I've talked to a buddy of mine who's also pretty good at the game. I've watched other videos of how people try and fight Chosen. I think this is the best way for our company to fight Chosen, but there are a lot of strategies you can use to fight them, and it's something that we'll get into perhaps while we're doing the fighting. So let's go ahead and just jump in. A plethora of Chosen. Here we go. Okay. Nice of them to give Isaac the high ground. Ooh. Well, change of plans. Here we go. Terrain, guys. Always use terrain whenever you can. The game is giving us high ground. I was happy that they just put Isaac up on a pedestal. As long as they can't catch us, and I don't think they can unless they use adrenaline, which they might, we should be able to get our entire front line nearly on high ground. And since these guys don't have shields, they won't be able to push us off of it. Shooting costs 3 AP. Now we just need to get back here as fast as we can. Let's not get greedy. Hopefully we're not blocking anyone from retreating as quickly as possible. This is honestly a godsend. If we can't do it with this, with the high ground, we probably just should give up. RNG could still play a huge factor, of course, but this is going to be our best shot. Oh, man. I think the general consensus is that these types of fights are incredibly difficult, and there's no shame whatsoever in avoiding them on any difficulty. These guys, while you saw in the last video, we killed them. We killed all of them. We lost one brother, which in the grand scheme of Battle Brothers is not a tragedy. But in a late game scenario, you don't want to lose any brothers to these types of fights that you don't need to take. We're basically at the point in the game where we're saving our best brothers for boss battles. And we just kind of do these types of battles for fun. Let's move here. So, if this is your twisted idea of fun, which I guess it's mine as well, enjoy. We're gonna try and not lose anyone. That's the plan. I don't know if we can do it. The RNG is just so strong, and these weapons are so huge. Like, if we just made a 12-man group of great weapon brothers, very similar to Svarog, with just lots of great swords, that would probably be our best bet. Man, I really didn't want him to be... I didn't want Ragnar to be here. I wanted Isaac. But we might still be able to move. We need to plan this. So we've got 5 brothers in the front line. That should be... Perhaps Hans will be here. So these 3 will be there. Lancel can sit here. So Svarog can be there. Okay, we can't even get there. So that's going to adjust this a little bit. That's okay. Hans would probably actually be better behind Isaac so he can throw what he can before the battle really starts. Perfect. This is one of those times where I wish I could save the game right now. And be like, check this out. If we can't beat this battle with this formation, we should just move on. We should move on and go do some other stuff. Wish me luck, y'all. Cross your fingers. Because even after yesterday's episode, we beat the battle and didn't get any unique loot at all. Which felt horrible. At least give me some, like, ridiculous weapon or something. Oh, they stepped their drummer out in front. He probably won't stay in front, but... And I do like the idea of Hans being here. Puts a shield on the flank. It lets Isaac take the brunt of the damage. Okay, and he hit him behind a bush, I'm just noticing, so not the best target. Our odds of hitting now with our archers are much better. So we're going to continue focusing. It's all about the numbers. The numbers have to go. And that guy's got a big hammer that does AoE. One of the more dangerous weapons. And they're going to try and go up and around and take their own high ground. Since they're not focusing, they're going south. Only 3 of them up here. We can make a little distance, put Lancel up here. That'll leave a space that they can jump into, but they don't have... Like, if these guys were both using hammers, I'd be worried that they would jump in, leapfrog each other, and then take big round swings. But I think it's safe to leave the space, and it's going to stretch them out up here and make it harder for them to do anything. Let's wait. And that puts Lancel on the high ground. Step back. Okay. A hit is a hit. Pretty rough miss there. And Spear Wall will probably drive them all down. Okay, so they are faster than us. Let's use some of our abilities now. We can shield wall. We may want to consider using some of the dogs. Sooner rather than later. So here they come. They should be able to jump forward and swing at us. If no one manages to hit us, then it'll feel like a bit of a waste. But with the way they're overloading this flank down here, we're going to have to give them all the fire support we can. And these two, basically Lancel and Svarog, are going to need to fend for themselves up top. Yeah, we'll take the 82. The drummer is out in the open. That was pretty bad. Zach has missed quite a few shots so far. We are not jumping down. Man, if he had a great sword right here, that would be great. There we go. Here, I think we just shield wall attack. Keep the shield wall up. 51. That feels bad. Let's go for the 71. Knock the guy with the stunner back. And there may not be... Man, there's something to be said about us wrapping around here and leaving this hole open. I don't think we want to do it with Jotnar. But we might want to do it with someone else. Alright, he's dead. He's dead for sure. We have to cover our back line. Let's put Wonton Fu here. That'll make it harder for them to jump in. Alright, they're on the high ground now. We might use Leisure Side to shoot him off. But we saved our attack, so we're good to go. Can use Adrenaline to hit him first again. I don't think there's any good reason to Adrenaline there. He's going to die from bleeding. I'm going to risk not using Indomitable there for the sake of saving our fatigue. Jotnar is here basically just to prevent this one guy from running rampant. We could jump in on him, but I think it's not good either. If we focus this guy, snipe him down, that'll free up Jotnar to jump here and help at the bottom. And then we'll basically make like a nice secondary line here. Good hit, man. We're going to lose this shield in every alternate universe we live in. The shield goes down. Wow, look at that. I see you, AI. I think Wonton Fu's in the perfect place. If we can get his spear wall up too, that might save us a lot of grief. Okay. What are we doing? 61 there. Not great. He's injured. Let's put some shots into him. I honestly don't know just how hard I need to prioritize. There we go. Prioritize taking out the drummers. Because we've got clear shots right now. They're not amazing shots, but they are clear. If we can make some of these dudes want to run, that would probably be our best bet. Alright, bone plating taking that first hit for us. Any of them hurt already? Get the one away from Isaac that has the ability to stun us. That was a good hit to the body. We did cause some bleeding. We need to land this. Perfect. And honestly, we probably need to reload so that we can do it again. The best DPS we could get would be to switch out to our ranged weapon. Or to our two-handed weapon. But I would love to be able to knock him back again. Let's use Indomitable so he can't stun us. Keep the shield up. And look for the extra stack of bleed. Jumping down here, we're going to get a triple surround there, and we're going to hold this guy back. And that's another stack of bleed. Alright, can they make it past our spear wall? I love a good terrain-focused battle in Battle Brothers. There's really nothing like it. You actually get to use different types of strategies to your advantage. Whether we win or lose here, we've definitely, I think, given this our best. Unless I mess up in the near future. I think we've plotted this battle out carefully. I could have considered going for one more strike on this guy to guarantee he dies to 4 stacks of bleed. We've got stacks of reach advantage going. That's where Lone Wolf Brothers really reach their stride. Reach their stride, of course I said that. Really hit their stride is when they are receiving their Lone Wolf buffs. They have underdogs, so they're not scared of being surrounded. And then you start landing AoE shots with a greatsword, and you start getting, you know, multiple stacks of reach advantage. That's when they're their most powerful. And then you got them on high ground too. Fully anticipating losing the shield. Yeah, god damn it. They hated that shield. At least he's dodging. Man. There goes the huge bleed on him. But everywhere you look, we've got a pretty serious brawl going on, and they managed to step past his spear wall. Lucky for us, he's a master spearman. That's bad. The stun is very bad. Damn. We don't have great shots on really anyone. We can step in here, take a shot there. I think we're going to keep our bow out for now. Let's shoot him and knock him out of the way. Get our bill hook out and wreck this dude's whole life. I don't see any great shots. This guy, probably the best one if we hit him, but a 54 is not amazing. We can go for the push, the knockback. Maintain that distance. Okay, that was awful. Decapitation, scare the heck out of these guys. And we sort of did. We're going to step in here to keep him off of Hans. Let's focus that one down. Are we bleeding? We are. Okay. We don't have enough fatigue to get our spear wall back up. So we'll just try and rest this turn. Or we'll stab this guy with a spear. Either way is fine. Let's adrenaline. I'm very worried for Hans right now. With no shield, he's kind of a sitting duck. That was a really unfortunate miss. I was going to say, if we hit there, we basically guarantee that we kill this guy with Jotnar. Without it, we just kind of had to get lucky. Man, I don't want to kill a warrior. I feel like if warrior dies, this battle is also a failure. So let's not leave him in there. Yeah, now they're running into the back line. Lucky dodges. That was a lucky dodge too. Man, the RNG is favoring us. It really is. I can't even complain. I can't complain about anything when my RNG is that good. I think we reload. Yeah. Our chances to hit were 95%. We can't pass up those kind of odds. %. I'll take that. We could consider, now if he starts to go down and die, Hans that is, we can consider rotating with Ragnar. Ragnar is somewhat armored. I mean, he's up there. He's got a decent amount of HP too for a crossbowman. We could consider rotating him out. But before we ever do something like that, we need to soften up these targets a lot. I was going to say, that should be a kill. And just like that, we've opened up some big options for ourselves. Step in here. I think it's foolish to focus the drummer. Yeah. Lancel, you got this, buddy. Svarog, you are on the relief squad. Actually, Svarog is hurt. Not terribly, but he is hurt. Come on, Watan. We need those hits, buddy. At least he wants to run. This is what I'm worried about. Oh my god. He still has a decent amount of HP. He still has a decent amount of armor. But it is not a lot. And I want to move forward here, but I can't. So... I don't want to lose Battle Brother either. They're still fresh. That's what hurts. Alright, they're rotating away. Oh god, no. Oh my god. We're gonna fight it out, guys. He might not be dead. But I think if we fail this time with the amount of advantages we've had here, we're gonna call it. I mean, we could have saved him this turn. We just needed them not to land that last hit. Get out of here. I like jumping down here and taking that high ground. And we'll jump here. Another stack of bleed, and now he doesn't have any armor left. And Bane is going to hold the line for us. We believe Bane. So if I jumped in here, it gave me a two-person surround on this guy, but it also gave them a two-person surround on Wonton Fu. So I chose to jump in here just closer to my archers. The person in the most trouble right now is definitely Fritz and Isaac. Even Svarog's not in great shape against this guy. All the ones that are left are still very healthy, and they're pretty confident from putting Hans into the dirt. Killing Hans was also rough because it gave them that confidence, and instead of them wavering at about this point in the battle, they think they're winning. Alright, good injury. Go for the bill hook next turn. Reload. Decapitation, let me get it. Oh my god. A decapitation there would have been amazing. And we missed two of them. Alright, we cut that guy's artery. Just cross your fingers Hans isn't dead. We still had another attack there. We should have taken it as accidental finger slip. And we landed. We need Lancel to kill this dude as well. At least he's no longer providing refreshments for the barbarians. And down goes the war dog. Fritz is not doing so hot. They're even more confident than they were before. And this is what I was worried about for Svarog. It's why we were helping him. Any of these hurt? He is. Take him out of here. Reload. Okay. Decapitation's 55% either way. Hoping to scare him. We're bleeding and we have a serious injury. Come on, cattle. We needed those, man. Can move in here. That was necessary. We needed to hit that. Decapitation. Let's go. Didn't get it. We hit him in the armor. So he's going to get another chance to wreck us. Only 5 chosen left, and some of them are extremely injured. We're not really in a hurry to engage with Svarog. I think he could take another shot, but they're just... He's bleeding. And they just do so much armor-piercing damage, I'm not confident that his current armor will protect him. What we need to do is just get lucky and not get smashed. As I said before, getting lucky is not usually a sound strategy. Alright, bill hook it. Nice. It's a bit of a waste to take shots at a guy who's not even fighting. Okay, good hit. Down he goes. Come on, Hans, pull through, man. We can't even tie him down, sadly. I just don't want anyone to escape this battle, is really what it is. Fritz is still in good shape despite his wavering. We've given him the opportunity to go for a round swing on us if he still has the fatigue. Man, those drummers really do make a big difference. In the future, I will try to prioritize them higher, I think. The fact that these guys are still fresh and we're exhausted. Okay, that sucks and makes me a little bit scared. Yeah, we've got to kill him right now so that he doesn't kill us. No. Okay, get him. Alright. Is anyone bleeding? Got a cut artery there. He's going to keep bleeding. We have some bandages. I think he's actually holding bandages as well. I guess we let him go. But like I said, guys, if Hans is dead, we're just going to load the save. As epic as this battle was, I hope it was fun to watch. see the tactics behind it. If this was a battle we had to take, then we would accept the outcome. But for no good loot, for no good result, we'll see. And yeah, he's dead. So that sucks, but we will reload. Yeah, and there's nothing even there to be gained once again. So, in my experience, if you keep trying to like reload an epic fight to try and get a different kind of loot, it doesn't happen in Battle Brothers. There's some sort of like mechanic that keeps you from trying to get rare stuff. So I hope you enjoyed the battle. I mean, this is a 30-minute epic fight that we're going to pretend never happened. But we were very close to pulling that off. Let's reload it up, and let's go about our business. I think you really can't get better than what we did. Could we do that same battle multiple times and eventually get the outcome we want? Yes, of course we can. You can do that with any fight in Battle Brothers, even extremely, extremely difficult ones like the Black Monolith. If you run it 100 times, you're going to get a great result at least once. That's not really what I'm trying to do, but that's just to show you guys something different. More plethoras of Chosen? I think the game itself thinks that Chosen are easier than they are. I don't know if Overhyped Studios is exactly aware of how brutal these types of fights are. Maybe they are. Maybe they just want them to be that hard. It's really just the weapons. The weapons just do so much damage. And we're here in Raderstad hoping to make a fortune. And I think we will. The prices look very good. Of course, we won't sell furs in a place that sells furs. We're sitting at about 20k, 19,687. What does the bear hat tell us? 18, ooh, not the best prices. Not the worst I've seen though. Let's start selling. Not selling that. We desperately need tools. I guess we can keep those as backup armors, but making a cool 1,000 crowns right now sounds pretty nice. On that heavy lamellar. I think we'll start holding on to the gnarly staffs. So that when we finally go to the witch's hut, we'll have a nice stash of them ready to go. Ooh, that's nice. Sell this, sell that. Yeah, we made it an easy 10k. An easy 10k. That's sarcasm, by the way. Man, do we keep these or do we just sell them? I'm inclined to keep them. We still have an open slot for another brother, and it'd be nice to have some stuff in hand to give to him whenever we do recruit him. Okay, and we have to buy every single thing of tools they have. Should probably also buy at least 100 more ammunition. What kind of supplies are we looking at? We don't have any fish, so let's pick up some of those. Definitely needed grains. Don't have any dried fruits. We're up to 7 days. Can we get to 8? Not quite. That puts us up to 8. And I'll take that. There's also a weaponsmith in town we can check out, see if there's anything good. There isn't, sadly. There's some quests for us to take. A cheap swordmaster. A very cheap swordmaster. Irwin. And he's cheap because they're not trying to give him to us with like a ton of gear. Interesting. Boy, that'll put us up to almost 1,000 crowns a day before we know it. But I don't think we're going to get a cheaper swordmaster than this. Erwin is considered to be one of the most dangerous swordsmen to have ever walked the earth. Raised by a one-armed father, he first learned how to fight with limitations. By the time he started using both hands, he could already kill anybody with just one. That's awesome. Sadly, a horde of drunks fell upon his home, each hoping to become infamous by killing the famous swordsman. He slew them all, but not before taking irreversible injuries. The man has been robbed of his athleticism, but his knowledge has turned sword fighting into mathematics. We can hit the tryout button. He's got Fearless and Night Blind, which doesn't do anything to him. Okay. Night Blind doesn't matter at all on a melee character. I mean, very, very situational. This, if he was an archer, it would matter. But Fearless is pretty cool. Let's hire him. That is our company's first Swordmaster. So, for those of you who've never played the game before, you're not that familiar with Swordmasters, they are a mixed bag, right? They have the best potential for melee skill, I believe, in the game. Wow, we got his 2 resolves in, or two stars in resolve, which is awful, because he's already at almost max resolve. If these 2 stars had been in literally anything else, we would have been happy. Ugh. But they also suffer from being old. There's going to be a point in the game where events are going to start happening that really like smash his stats. They're not yet. We haven't faced them yet, but there's builds you can do to counter it. A nimble build would probably work best on a Swordmaster, giving them like a fencing build. We have some armor for that right now. We've got it on John D currently. But like giving him like the quick cutter and the night cloak with this helmet would probably be the best bet. And while we're leveling them, we can kind of switch their gear out back and forth to do that. But for right now, let's just stick that on him. We can give him cool helmet. But yeah, his fatigue is going to drop. Let's go ahead and level him. 3 in melee skill. He's already at 80. So we haven't even done anything yet, and he's at 80. We need to get his HP. We can't have HP in the 40s. That's just not a thing that we can afford. Fatigue and initiative are going to be very important on him. We're not going to take 1 rolls here. I'm tempted to go with a 4 in initiative because I think we are going to make him a fencer. Which also means that his fatigue is going to be very important. And if we're using nimble, then we need to get his HP up a lot as well. Because we're going to be relying on his HP as kind of like an armor resource. As crazy as it is, I think I'm going to take initiative there. 3, 4, and... he just doesn't need this. It's so bad. Perhaps we just take a 2 in melee defense. That seems fine. And then we'll pump his... we'll give him Colossus. Now the idea is to give him dodge, probably brawny, and nimble. We can also give him duelist if we just let him hold a fencing blade. We might actually be able to buy a fencing blade right now. I don't know how much they'll cost. Yeah, there's one here. Fencing sword. Let's hook it up. And we can sell the arming sword. So this is more his speed, and this would be, so let's, just as a sake of like checking out what his stats will end up being, a fencing sword has 4 fatigue, so it's actually heavier, but we want the attacks, we want the lunge. Lunge is the big thing about fencing weapons. So this is about where he would be fatigue and initiative wise, which is great for level 3, especially by the time he's level 11. By then he'll probably be old and he'll have that kind of that negative trait. But let's not rob John D at this point. We still want to make him a sneaky ninja, but Irwin will be a fencer, which is kind of like a ninja. We'll just let him hold some of the more expensive stuff. Could even put some of these things we want to kind of keep. We'll just put them on him. Okay. I think that's good. So we used our good fortune. We can sell the Beastmaster's headpiece as well in this. We used our good fortune to finance the purchasing of our newest brother, who, oh my gosh, where's my my list at? We can name him. We can name him right now. Let's check him out. He's a great brother, and I think he's going to be someone that we'll be able to protect and have in our party for a long time. So let me pull my notes out. This is going to be... You know what? I think this is going to have to be John, spelled Jon. Wolf Rider. So the person who wanted this character wanted him to wield a greatsword. Sadly, I don't see that happening. We just don't have the space anymore. And due to his kind of limitations with fatigue and his ability to be an amazing fencing brother, we can retcon this guy's story a little bit and just say that when he was a younger man, he could wield a great sword like most men wield an arming sword. But as he's gotten older, he's taken to fencing. And I think that's pretty fair to say. He's going to be awesome. I hope you're happy with this character. I want everyone to be happy with the characters that we give them. Came across the Rallying Stone of the Elders. Yeah, I think I've heard of that place. Pretty sure I've heard of that place. We can always check what the contracts are even if we don't take them. She wants me to get her rare coin collection back. Let's do it. Let's do it just to get an easy win under our belt. These type of contracts don't want us to go far. Do we have 2 Hammer Masters already? Man, we really could have used this a long time ago. During the Noble War. We've killed many mercenary bands. We can... Our next ambition can be to take down some undead locations. And a brigand leader for our troubles. Is there anyone we want to put in to get some experience, some last second experience? This shouldn't be that difficult of a battle. Ozzy's at level 16. We can bring John D. Yeah, and Zach can come out as well. Let Folkier jump in here. We can pull someone out, probably Fritz for Muldoon. Let's let him fight. And Skeeb can come in for probably Jotnar. Jotnar could use a break. And then Gimli can go in on that flank. Alright, this all looks good to me. Let's take them on. This is just easy crowns and easy experience for our new brothers. And then tomorrow, basically, I might even just start the video with us standing at the Goblin City. And then we'll make a day of it. Nice that we got a little bit of high ground here. Fortunately, John D. I feel like... Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, I was wondering why we couldn't hit. I think it's because he's not a bowmaster yet. Let's just wait. Wait for them to step up a little bit, and that'll give him a better shot. And they're going to put both their shields, it looks like, in front of their archers. Or all 3 of their shields. Man, we haven't had a fight this easy in quite some time. To go from fighting Chosen to fighting these guys is just night and day. Yeah, Chosen don't go down that easy. It's easy to start feeling like your company's weak when the only thing you're fighting is Chosen. It's kind of like body dysmorphia, or whatever they call it when you're a weightlifter. And you get really, really big, but all you can see is how small your muscles are. It's kind of a strange phenomenon. I experienced it myself once upon a time. I don't know how interested you guys are in lifting weights, but there have been times in my life where I've had to, for one reason or another. I played pretty much every sport growing up, to varying success. I was pretty good. Baseball, football, basketball. Spent one summer with my older brother working out in a gym, and like a real gym, had a membership and everything. And put on like 20 pounds of muscle, got huge. And then joining the Army, I put on some weight. I'm probably about 30 pounds lighter right now than I was at my heaviest, but I'm feeling athletic once again. After being sick for years and years, I'm finally feeling back to normal. But yeah, in my life, I've gone from being really, really thin to really buff to thin again, thanks to the Army. Lost a lot of weight in basic training, for sure. Back to being buff again. I was a combatives instructor in the Army. Spent time teaching people how to do basically really basic Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and stuff like that. Ground fighting. And that was probably the best shape of my life, I would say. And then I got sick and lost I don't know. In 1 month, I think I lost 45 pounds, something like that. Walking around like a skeleton. And then, thanks to the medication, if any of you guys have ever had health problems, you might have heard of prednisone. Something I had to take for a long time. It's basically like a medicinal steroid. It's a good way to think of it. And that makes you gain weight. It also makes your face blow up, and get a little bit misshapen. It's not a pleasant drug. It did help me for a long time, but it's definitely not a pleasant experience to take something like that. But I was thankful that I had it as an option. So yeah, then I gained a bunch more weight. I basically put on 50 pounds and was overweight. So, then I lost that weight, had some pretty major surgeries, and was just kind of out of shape dad for a while. And now I've gotten back into, I wouldn't say I've gotten back into fitness, but I put a gym in my house, a pretty nice gym, and I use it on a daily basis, and I walk. I think walking is probably the most healthy thing. Even just turning off my computer and going get some fresh air, have the sun hit me, I find it makes a lot of difference. So that's just a little bit about me, guys. Hopefully, if you're not interested in me as a person, you just want to watch Battle Brothers, I get it. Don't ever hesitate to fast forward if you just hear me talking about stuff. That's just a little bit about my life. So if you're struggling, if you're out there and you're watching and you're struggling with weight, just know that nothing is permanent. You could be overweight and heavy one day and in the best shape of your life the next. It takes hard work, of course. But it's not impossible. And I'm not running any marathons or anything, but boy, do I feel better. I had a lot of buddies too when they got out of the service. They gained some weight, and I was worried about them for a while. And I say a couple buddies, I mean a lot of them. Because you go through that phase, right, where no one's making you exercise anymore, your metabolism is super high, you're used to burning calories every day, and you're just not doing it anymore. And next thing you know, you spent 2 months undoing every, thing every exercise, push-up you've ever done. And you wake up one morning and you're weak, and you're a little bit overweight, and you just kind of get depressed about it, and then you start eating more because you're depressed. It's a huge cycle. And I think a lot of men deal with that in general, but in the Army, I think it's accentuated by the fact that you're used to exercising and then you just kind of stop. We're going to run them down, of course. I'm happy to see, though, that most of those friends that I've mentioned, they are back on track. A lot of them have lost a lot of weight, because you can't keep a good man down. That's what I believe. I don't know if we're going to be able to get this last guy. We probably could if we dropped dogs. But whether or not that's worth it. 9 lives is going to kick in there. Okay, we'll get him. Skeeb coming in. This super heavy armor that he got from his dad. So we get the winged mace. That's an expensive weapon we can sell. A couple 100 crowns. At least. And I'm happy to get more than one brother here. That way when he tries to run, he's like a guaranteed kill. No one leveled, sadly. But we get the flat top. That's expensive. We'll repair that. And then we also got the winged mace. So let's loot. Let's go get our 1,500 crowns. We're not going to mess around with that. The guy basically it's just a random event to try and get us to ruin our relations with the only place in the territory that wants to give us decent prices. Where's that helmet? Let's repair that. And the mace. Okay. Could probably repair the war brand a little bit too. Wouldn't hurt. We've got enough time today to take one more good fight, maybe. It'll probably make the episode go a bit longer. But I've got nothing against doing that. And once again, we'll just check this. Goblins camping at a place to the east of Eisvik. 2,300 crowns. See, here's the thing. No one's giving us a quest to go and take out the Goblin City. We could take this, head over near the Goblin City, destroy this place, and then just go fight the Goblin City and then come back and turn in this quest and have a 2,300 crown payday waiting for us, or 2,460. Let's accept the contract. That's actually great, because I'm pretty sure it's sending us right where we want to be. We'll camp. It's probably over here somewhere. Oh, it's right here. Even better. So it's actually giving us a reason to go way out there in the middle of nowhere. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. That's why you check contracts. And now we can come over here and sell the junk. Hopefully the prices are still nice for us. And yeah, like I said, this is 400 crowns for this weapon. 340 for the war brand. Oh no, I accidentally sold one of those. Dang it. Well, we're going to get more. It would cost me 500 to rebuy it. I'm not going to do that. That was an accident. Try not to do that again. At least that wasn't something that's irreplaceable. And I think I will just sell this. It's just too damn heavy. There's like no one in our crew that wants that. And it's just going to take up space. We're back in the money. I wanted to give this dagger here. Is there someone else who can hold a dagger that needs to? I like the dagger there. I like my two-handers to have daggers. And we want to have daggers and things like bludgeons in our inventory for if we... See, he needs something. For if we fight the Alps. The Alps are basically enemies that we just want to have the best chance possible of hitting them. We only have 7 days worth of food. Buy some beer. That puts us up to 8. Can we get up to 9? Yes. Okay, perfect. Lord, my mouse is starting to go bad on me. I have an extra battery right next to my desk. If it goes out, I'll just replace it real quick. No worries. I'll happily take this barbarian fight. I just don't want to do it with this company helping me. Yeah, whatever. It would just make the fight take forever. This is essentially an identical fight. And our new brothers are in here, and this should be a good test for them. The warhounds will go down quickly. I see 3 of them. We'll focus the thralls, and then it'll just be some reavers left over. See some of the good javelins. A lot of them, actually. Alright, John. As long as you're hitting people, I don't care who. That was an 86 even with a shield. Let's get in their faces and stop them from throwing at us. Nice. Nah, we can just pass. Leisure side, come on, man. Gotta set a good example for the newbies. And I think Gimli can hold his own. And there we go. My mouse is like, that's it, I'm done. Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna change out the battery. Just gonna take 1 moment. I feel like my last couple videos have just felt super unprofessional to me. And I know like nobody's paying me to do this, but like having my mouse die in the middle of a video, it's kind of weird. There we go. I try and make quality videos even though I'm not technically all that savvy. But when I have audio issues like I had in the last Battle Brothers episode, stuff like that bothers me. Because it's not what I want. Can we step up? Nope. Alright, let's let our frontliners just start cutting through people. They must all have quick hands. The fact that he could swap weapons and still swing twice, that makes them pretty damn strong. Ooh, and he pulled out a big weapon and stunned. Well, he dazed us at least. That's going to mess up our fatigue. It's kind of the big part of being dazed. Just hit whoever we can. Decapitate? Nope. Missed. Step in here. 75 versus 90. Yeah, we're going to take that 90. And we're not expecting to get anything from this fight other than some easy experience. We got to have at least one brother that's near leveling. Let's use adrenaline to go first and try and lock some people down. Can we step way back in there? We can't. Let's just get that kill, and then now we've got this thrall tied down as well. The only one who's not is this Reaver here. But they're not running yet, so we're okay. Stat-wise, defensively, Skeeb is really strong. He just needs to get his fatigue stat up. That's really his only issue. Not every problem in the game can be solved by just lucking into some really quality armor. Really hoping to get that kill for Skeeb. A little bit more experience goes his way. It's all good. Modun as well would be a good target for getting experience. I'm going to say he's going to smack us with that ridiculous weapon. Just get the kill and start whittling the numbers down. If we landed that, I think that would have been a kill. Alright, Modun. Use that axe, man. Gimli. Hans is just on point with his throwing weapons. Gimli should be able to make a good hit here. Nice. No one leveled again. We didn't get any of the good javelins. Probably enough tools to cover our losses and just some stuff. Whatever. That was an easy little fight on the way to where we really want to go. We'll stop by Eidsvik just to see if they have any tools for us. That's the biggest thing we're in need of right now. One stack, we'll take it. We'll also buy that. They have no food. Good thing we didn't come here starving. And we could dump off all of this really cheap stuff. Hold on to the rest for whenever we make it back to Raderstad. And yeah, let's keep heading over. You come across a young traveler on the road. His straw hat is turned inside out as though he meant it for it to catch the rain. He's got a walking stick with its end shaved to a ball to navigate muddy roads. When you get near, he straightens up and tenses his hands on the top of the staff. Oi, mercenaries are you? I'd avoid the forest if I were ye. They say trees roam those parts now. They don't do so in menace, but neither does a mother bear when it chows down on your balls for getting too close. It's a matter of nature, you know. Sure. An enemy such as this shouldn't be taken lightly. That's basically the game's way of warning us about Scrat. And I would love to fight some Scrat just to get it on camera for you guys. But once again, they're another one of those enemies where the payoff is just not really there. They can give you some really sweet crafting materials. I think they drop wood, resin, and a heart of the forest, something like that. And from what I remember, you can make shields with them. And there's one other thing that's really good. I just don't recall what it is off the top of my head. Let's take this fight, and then by the time we get to Rul Gazix, we should be healed up and good to go. But this is going to be in either another episode, or maybe I'll do this off camera, depending on how the fight feels. There we go. So yeah, I mean, it's a decent sized fight. I don't really want to take it today. That'll make this video go way too long, which then makes it in turn take way longer to upload and process. But I might do this off camera, and then we might just start tomorrow at the battle for the Goblin City. So without any further ado, y'all, once again, my name is Brett. My channel is Goodtalk Gaming. I hope you enjoyed today's video, some of the testing, the epic battle that we did, but ultimately did not survive the way I wanted. And if you don't mind, one of these days I might just sit down and do it myself off camera and just show you guys the smoldering ruins, so I'm not just wasting everyone's time on a recording, just having fun on my own. But that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Look forward to the next episode where we go to take down the Goblin City. And as always, y'all, I will see you in the next one. Take care.